Archie, luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the LUXy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home he's chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all that cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his tipsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show, and a big thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We've got 32 people watching, and we've got our first super chat from Solid Gold Dancer. Hello, Solid Gold Dancer. Why don't you jump on and talk to us? I'd love to interview you on the stream. And it's a great pleasure to have you here tonight. It's a great chance. So what can I say now? What can I say now? What can I see? What can I say? Indeed, what can I say? Yeah, so yeah, what can I say? It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. That's it. Yep, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, guys. Now, I've got to tell you, I am really keen to get some punters on our stream tonight. Let's see what is like. Fuck, when is the cyclone hitting Brisbane? Fuck me dead. Let's have a look at this on the screen now. Okay, go.
Cyclone Alfred's coming in. All the boats in the harbor are tied up. We're getting ready for a big cyclone. Cyclone Alfred. Hopefully everything will be okay. Peace out.
When I did not look at a screen for 7.5 weeks, my memory.
Perfect American accent in every role.
Hey, Anna. Remember you told me I was going to be a nobody and a drug addict? Look at me now. I got a nice car, looking good.
So if I die first, will you remarry?
Yeah.
Perfect American.
When I did not.
Yep, we got cyclone season before us. That's it. What can I say? Cyclone Alfred. I didn't even know this fucking thing. Oh, when is it coming? Make land near Brisbane. Later this week. Okay, fuck. Okay. Fuck, okay, so fair enough. They're having a cyclone. Okay. Okay, well, what the fuck does this mean? No idea. No idea. Wait. I like Hugh Laurie, kind of. Who's going to play random YouTube clips? JT. Well, hello, Angelic. The Beamer should be safe in the house. What can I say, guys? What do I say? What do I do? I don't know. What can I say? I don't know what to say, guys. I'm really trying to get some punters on, but they're being very tough to me. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to play something. What's this? What happened to this? Did I download it?
You're right now not in a very good position.
Okay, I might add that. That could be a fun little thing to media assets. I'll add it. Then I can play the thing. Let's do that. Media assets. Fuck, how many? What's this one? Okay, let's add this one now. Trying, guys. It's processing. Processing. Here we go.
Influence. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
I quite like the Trumpster, to be honest with you. Yes, I do. Let's play a Breguet commercial. Beautiful. What's that? That's a nice little commercial. What else have I got here?
Bezels, bezels.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Fuck!
Oh!
Whoa.
I was walking down the street.
That's boring.
I've got you now, mate.
Phew, I don't know what to say. Bezels. Okay, we need to get someone on the chat today to talk to. Otherwise, it's boring. I need to get some punters on the stream to talk. Pin the link. We've done that. We've got the link pinned. We're flying. We're trying to get some punters on. We've got a pooper punter. Rich Mitch, £2. Critique this watch, that watch, latest video. Critique this watch, that watch. Latest video. Which watch was he talking about? This watch, that watch. This watch, that. This watch, that watch. What is that, a channel? Oh, yes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Actually, I have started watching this guy. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what he says.
It's Breguet. Most of the comments speak to how Swatch is mismanaging Breguet and how Breguet is completely forgotten compared to its contemporaries like Audemars Piguet, Vacheron, and Patek Philippe. How bad is it really with Breguet? And if it is as bad as everyone says, why is it the case? And what would it take to get Breguet to a better place? That's what we're going to talk about. So let's dive in. Breguet has been around since 1775. It's a French brand, not a Swiss one. Breguet is hugely respected, and designs, innovations, and techniques that Breguet pioneered are used today across the industry. They pioneered some of the very first attempts at self-winding mechanisms. They introduced the first keyless winding watch. Breguet hands are a thing. The first solution to shock protection, the parachute, was also them. There's the Breguet overcoil and a whole lot more. Make no mistake, they have had a significant impact on the watchmaking world. If you want a good read about them, I'd suggest the book by George Daniels. This one is good. I'm not going to recommend the other ones. Some of them are more tedious, but the George Daniels one is a good one. Today, they've got a couple of lines. The Marine is their, relatively speaking, more sports-orientated watch. They have the Type 20, which is their luxury pilot's watch in a classic pilot's watch design. The classiques are the simple dress watches, and the tradition watches are the complicated, often semi-skeletonized or exposed complication watches. Finally, they've got the Heritage line, which is their tonneau dress watches, which are a bit more fashion-forward. And then they've got the Renda Naples, which is aimed squarely at women. The closest you get to an integrated sports watch is the Breguet Marine. I won't make personal judgments as to its qualities just yet, but I think it's safe to say that if you have a buyer that is considering a Nautilus, and a Royal Oak, and an Overseas, and a Breguet Marine, the Marine is the watch that's getting picked the least amount of times. They have no divers, they have no simple sports chronographs, their watches are all very classical in their aesthetic. This is old school watchmaking and watch aesthetics. Movements are done in-house and the watches aren't, fully handmade as it were, but these watches definitely fall into the category of heavy craft with complex finishing techniques being used from, anything from in-house enameling to hand-turned guilloches, hand engraving. If you are in any doubt whatsoever, these are
okay. What's he going on about?
Watchmakers that do know what they're doing. Why are they even viewed as being mismanaged? First of all, right now, no cool people wear Breguet. John Mayer, LeBron James, Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey! ArchieLuxury wears Breguet, fuckface.
All go for AP.
I don't think you look that cool with your lack of hair.
Patek and Sean. Breguet rarely, if ever, gets exposure in those echelons of wealth. Among watch enthusiasts, this is very much a niche brand that appeals to...
What a rude fucking cunt, hey? Fuck. ArchieLuxury wears Breguet.
A seasoned enthusiast that shies away from more contemporary brands. You are very much making a statement by buying a Breguet in the watch collector community. It's rare to see a Breguet owner, and you're likely, if you are one, really down the rabbit hole of watchmaking and technique and history. But there's zero cool factor to the brand. One of the best ways for me to know whether...
Zero cool factor, fuckface? I don't think you are the epitome of cool with that fucking... What's with that fucking bikey beard?
Or not I'm doing a good job in terms of content is subscribers. So if you feel that I am making videos that are worthy of your time and videos that you enjoy watching, then please consider clicking the subscribe button, because it is the best way for me to gauge whether or not I'm doing something that is worthy of your time. So click the button if you feel it warrants it. Thank you. A famous sports person wearing your watch can change the perception of your brand. Almost all brands lean into fame, celebrity, and sports. Rolex is Roger Federer, tennis, horse riding. AP is rappers and basketball players. Patek is tech billionaires and oil billionaires and wannabe billionaires. I Googled who famous wears a Breguet, and the results were Napoleon Bonaparte, King George, and Winston Churchill. For Patek, it was LeBron James and Jay-Z. Now, I think the first three were cooler, but in terms of contemporary popularity, there's about a 250-year difference as to what Google
yes,
thinks
yes, 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 fuckface!
Lean into talk
hey, Dome Chrome, fuckface!
About technique, skill, and heritage. This isn't unique to them. Lange and Zerner do this too, but despite how technically skilled a lot of brands are, it's actually not that common for brands to lean heavily on that part of their brand. I've long held the personal view that technique is overrated as a key.
And we've got a super chat there from Muhammad Ali, £5. Archie and Jamie wear Breguet. They are the coolest people I know. Thank you. Thank you, Muhammad Ali. £5. £5. Thank you.
Key selling point in the high end. Technique translated into specifications is super important in the value space, but in the high end, I think it's super overrated. I was watching this video of TGV when he bought his Breguet, and there was this one scene where he was talking with the sales rep at the Breguet store. So as sales reps do, he was highlighting something he felt was important about the watch, and I don't remember the exact wording. I'll put it somewhere on the screen, but he basically said that on their watches, this component, which I don't remember which one it was exposed for the client to see, unlike other brands that didn't. And this, according to him, was because Breguet believed they are so much better at this one thing than those other brands. Something to that effect anyway. And it's likely true, but I do believe those kind of technicalities are lost on a lot of people. For most buyers, you just tell them it's handmade and it's really, really well done and they know their skills, and people are likely going to be happy about it. Tech nerdiness in this space doesn't really sell.
You're boring me, fuckface!
Designs are also super old-fashioned. For those of you that saw the Q&A video, there's a timestamp so you can skip this section because it's kind of a repeat of what I said back then, but for the rest of you, just keep going and you'll be up to date with everybody else. They use Roman numerals. Roman numerals often make a watch look old. Just check Patek or AP. Their usage of Roman numerals is super rare. They use soft, modern, Helvetica style fonts. Breguet also goes heavy on coin edges and Clubery. It's beautiful watchmaking, but it makes your watch sometimes at least look like something out of 1775. You're not going to find a carbon stamped dial on a Breguet like you do on a 6007G from Patek. You're not going to find any F. Pigeon steampunk, which is getting...
What the fuck? Chrome down! Chrome down! I don't think you look that fucking cool to me. You're the arbitrator of style?
A little bit tired, but it's still more modern than what Breguet puts on the table. They, of course, use Breguet hands, which is their thing. But if I were to order watch hands in order of how old-fashioned they look, Breguet hands are going to be right up there with cathedral hands. A funny detail that I learned from Tim Mosso, and I wasn't really aware of this, on some models, Breguet apparently avoids Côte de Genève because to them, it's almost too modern a technique for those specific watches. So to them, Côte de Genève is too modern. It's also Swiss, which is another topic, but it was too modern for them. Their logo is also old-fashioned. If you check Burberry and AP and Patek and Louis Vuitton and a ton of other brands, most of them have in recent years gone through a brand transformation where they've gotten Helvetica. I mean, it's boring beyond all belief that all brands look the same and their logos look the same, but they've got a modern look. Nevertheless, Breguet, on the other hand, they've got cursive and swirly and tons of serif, and it's...
I love the Breguet logo, that's the thing!
They also don't lean into modern materials. It's gold, it's platinum, pretty much exclusively. You're not going to find any edgy ceramics. As for their designs, off-center and pocket watch-inspired layouts isn't necessarily something that means they can't be popular, and I'm going to give them a pass because I don't think necessarily it makes them old-looking, just to some extent, but I mean, most people likely don't know that it's reminiscent of pocket watch designs, so that's not their biggest problem. As for the watches as a whole, so not just the design aesthetic, but the sort of catalog, the catalog just doesn't speak to modern customers. The Marine is just not a competitive alternative to any other high-end integrated sports watch. The Pilot Type 20 has potential and is a good-looking
What a fuckface.
watch, but I think their previous CEO had the right idea. It's much better than their other offerings for them, but it's far from a contemporary pilot's watch design and is not addressing the segment of buyers that are being offered modernized Calatravas and Fu-made dial 1159s on textile-style straps. The tradition watches are aimed at the real nerds. I get flack for this sometimes, but skeletonization and exposed movements are really an acquired taste. Even the richest people think twice before they go down that road. And I'd make one of my signature bold statements and say that the only brand that has really made a successful business model out of putting exposed movements at their core is Richard Mille. But that's because there's this sport and high-tech connection that they've been able to create that makes it acceptable. It's not particularly mainstream, and the way they do it also is a lot different from how AP and others apply skeletonization. Finally, they've got some wrist watches, which are dress watches. They're fine, they're white, they're black, they're blue, and there's silver dials. I mean, you'll be hard-pressed to find anything trendy like a salmon or a green or, heaven forbid, a purple dial. This is conservative with a giant C.
Yes, sir!
But I really mean as badly as a lot of people say. Well, yes, but you have to remember what they've been through. Back in the 70s, where Patek saved themselves from a quartz crisis with, the Nautilus, Breguet did not have a compelling answer. In the 1980s, for all sorts of reasons, they got into financial problems and quality problems, and Breguet were basically on the verge of death until Swatch bought them in 1999. That's more or less 25 years ago, but considering how long it takes to come up with a new model, stabilize a brand, revamp it, and just get it into a place where it's not a walking disaster, that's not a particularly long time. If the lens is that they're not as popular as Patek, then yes, they are massively underperforming. But considering that they might have ceased to exist in the year 2000, then they're in a pretty stable place right now. And with that in mind, Morgan Stanley has shown them to be consistently dropping in the annual watch report, with them placing in 14th place in 2017 and 28th place in 2023. That's 14 places dropped over 6 years.
Morgan
On top of
Stanley
that, their implied retail price of their watches is well below that of Patek and AP and a whole lot of others. In a market where everybody else has consistently been able to convince people to pay more for the same watch, Breguet just hasn't. Now, Swatch Group say they're very happy with Breguet, but Lionel Marco was CEO at Breguet for 3 years and was removed last year. He's been demoted to Vice President of Operations at Blancpain. Instead, Swatch put in some guy called Gregory Kissling. Now, you can say what you want, but if you are a success as a CEO, your next job is not VP of Operations. Based on that alone, my read is that no, Lionel Marco didn't deliver, and Swatch did their usual musical chairs thing and replaced one dude with great hair with another dude with even better hair and hoped for a better result. Breguet is not where Swatch wants Breguet to be, despite them saying that they're happy. Otherwise, they wouldn't be switching up their CEOs. That's my read. Now, the question isn't really whether or not they could or should be better. They can, and they should. For me, it's more of a question of weighing the options and assessing the individual strengths and weaknesses of those options. And there really isn't a clear right answer. I mean, based on my assessments of their problems, they would need more modern designs, a better integrated sports watch, more celebrities, a more elite approach to marketing, a revamp of their brand visual identity, and they'd have to distance themselves from technique and oldness and everything that makes Breguet. That's the sort of logical conclusion if you take a one-to-one approaches to, my read on their problems. But in fairness, every single one of my arguments can be picked apart completely. So just take the question of modern designs. Do you really want Breguet to make a modern integrated sports bracelet watch? Do you really want to move yourself into a space that's hyper-competitive and potentially also losing a little bit of steam? And even more fundamentally, are you capable of building an integrated sports watch that doesn't get the reception of the cubitus? The same goes for the general modernization of the designs. Basically, ditching this love for Roman numerals. Roman numerals, of course, is a simplification of a broad challenge, but the complexity of moving to a more modernized aesthetic while retaining brand continuity is massively difficult. If you go too far, it's no longer Breguet. And if you don't go far enough, and well, you get the reaction that you got with the Type 20, which is it's nice, but not good enough. It's a half measure and ultimately not impactful enough. Branding and celebrity is the same problem. For me, it boils down to this question of positioning. However you read it, Breguet is in a relative decline and perception-wise are not where they could or should be. But right now, they've created this classic technical legacy niche for themselves, and they've put good work into putting themselves into that place. The problem is they are almost the only ones in the niche, and it's not a compelling niche. There just aren't a lot of customers for it. But moving them into a space where AP, Patek, and Moser are, and a lot of others, also feels wrong. Solving Breguet's problem from the position of we just have to do what the other brands that are thriving are doing seems wrong to me. What Breguet is right now is a function of a very deliberate strategy set forth by Swatch and management at Breguet. Everything I criticized in my little Monday morning quarterback armchair coach perspective is just picking at a strategy that I think at the time has made sense for them. I think Breguet saw in the early 2000s what was happening with Patek and AP, and they said to themselves, we can't compete with that. We have to speak to the real aficionado, the real nerd, and we're going to target the classic customer. And I think strategically it was the right decision at the time to stabilize the brand and focus on this niche and not to play to the basketballers, the Ed Sheerans, and the celebrity game. The problem has just been they overestimated the size of that niche in terms of customers. It's there. It's just not a niche that has 50,000 customers a year. And it kind of leads me to think that maybe Breguet should decline even more. Not with the end goal of shutting down, but with the end goal of becoming even more niche and even smaller. According to Morgan Stanley, they sell around 20,000 watches a year. They sold less in 2020, but the average implied retail price has dropped significantly over time. Specifically, for a relatively high-end brand, a drop in price is not what you want. They shouldn't be like Patek and AP, and they shouldn't be aiming for 50 or 100,000 watches. But maybe they should be aiming for 5,000 watches, or maybe even 500. Probably a little bit lower, but you get my point. Maybe their niche is more like brands like Archieverse and Grunewald and Grunefeld, that closer to them rather than closer to AP and Patek. Making them even more niche with the goal of attracting the ultimate aficionados, but also letting the price creep up with increasingly complex and premium products. They could also combine all of this with throwing in a few more watches that don't have Roman numerals, but basically the approach is not to chase the hype train, but instead to embrace positive decline. It's never fun to sit with a product that has declining sales. I've worked in that kind of company, but it doesn't have to be the end of the company. It can be a rebirth of a smaller, more focused company with a much more loyal niche. Now, whether that's 5
Declining sales. He worked at Chippendale. He was getting old and his hair was falling out.
100 or 5,000 or 10,000 or 15,000 watches, I do think there is a clientele for what Breguet is as it is. And they can innovate and they should innovate, but Breguet maybe needs to stay Breguet. And small isn't bad, and not everything has to be about hyperscaling. Personally, I'd like to be able to afford a Breguet. Also, I love the fact that a brand like Breguet exists, one that isn't about hype and celebrity and contemporary styling. But for them to continue to exist, they might need to be smaller and more expensive. Personally, I'd lose out as an individual who doesn't have the money to buy $50,000 or $100,000 watches, but maybe that is where Breguet needs to be. Those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on Breguet and their future? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe. Cheers.
Fuck. That's a bit of a concern, don't you think? I'm going to put a comment there. Breguet is the greatest watch brand. Breguet is the greatest watch brand of all time. Without Breguet, the watch world would be vastly different. I am disappointed that you did not mention that ArchieLuxury is the new Breguet brand ambassador. The sales are already climbing. Send that. Like it. There we go. Hey guys, there was another great video I saw. Okay. And I want to play it. It's a warning to all you guys there. I'm going to share the video. Let's play it. Over 50s relationships, because a lot of us are over 50.
And thinking about letting somebody in your life, getting close to you, dating, entering into any kind of serious relationship.
Yes, yes, yes.
You need to hear this. There's going to be a lot of information here for young people as well, but Lord knows they won't listen. The truth is, we're all human beings. We get lonely. And this is especially true if you've been married for a long time and then later in life, you got a divorce or there was a passing. If that's the case, there's a very good chance you're going to be in a more emotionally vulnerable place. Living with someone, being in a relationship and having a partner there, it's what you're used to. You're going to want to go back to your comfort level and what feels normal and natural to you. I've got a story about something that happened to one of my really close friends, and I don't want it to happen to you. My friend was married. It was actually a parent of my best friend, and she's about 20 years older than me. Her and her husband had their whole life planned out, what they were going to do after retirement. Well, he retired in his early 60s. Shortly after that, got cancer and passed within a year. All the plans went down the drain. Naturally, my friend's mom, it was a huge, huge adjustment. And for several years after that, naturally, she just wanted to get back to what she was familiar with, normal. It's natural to feel that way as a human being. Of course, we can't replace our spouses and loved ones when they pass, but it's natural to yearn for and desperately want what we're familiar with. After a year or so, she started dating. She was in her early 60s. She liked to wear her jewelry and look really nice when she went out. But honestly, she frequently looked like she had some money. One day she met a guy. He was about her age. He was working in the area where she lived, doing some construction. Well, next thing you know, they started dating. Well, fine, well and good. She's happy and has a companion. Further down the road, they ended up getting married. It turns out this guy was not financially anywhere near the same place she was at. And basically, I don't know what other word to use except to say he was a bit of a predator, a financial predator. He saw her emotional vulnerability.
Fuck! Homosexual fuckface! You better watch out. You better not start, because Santa Claus ain't coming tonight.
Her needs, her depression, all of it. He saw it from a mile away, and boy, did he capitalize on it. And unfortunately, she got married to him. She had to end up getting a divorce in her early 70s to avoid complete financial ruin from this guy. And then because she was the one that was better off financially, and at the time of their divorce, he had some health issues, she ended up having to pay alimony. Can you believe this? Just what she needed in her 70s, a friggin' divorce and paying alimony to this clown. You do not want that to happen. Maybe you even seen this happen to yourself, some relatives, or it's happening now. Let me know down in the comments if you've got some advice for the community. This whole situation could have been avoided. We tried to speak up a little bit, but it didn't go well. We were seen as being negative or not supportive. She was happy. It's a tough situation when you see this happening and you see the path somebody is on. A number one way to avoid this kind of thing when you're young or even when you're older is the concept of evenly yoked. Do you know what that is? It's an old farming term. It references the oxen. You want two big oxen going in the yoke if they've got to go pull the cart and do some work. If one of those oxen is a lot smaller and weaker, guess who's going to get stuck carrying the burden? You got it, the big one. The same thing holds true with these relationships. If you're the one who's more financially stable, you're showing the money that you have with your nice car, the nice house you're living in, you can be a target. Don't make yourself the target. These people out there, they're desperate because they've made a financial mess of their lives and they're looking for somebody to care for them. And they can smell the desperation a mile away. There's no shame in being an emotionally vulnerable human being, but you need to protect yourself. We all go through those kind of things, especially after loss. It's only natural to want some human connection, go back to what you're familiar with, but you need to protect yourself. You need to have your eyes wide open. If you're going to be with someone, make sure that you're evenly yoked. They're in roughly the same stability and financial place as you are, or it's not going to work. Only way it will work if you're Cher or Bill Belichick, you're running around with somebody 30, 40 years younger than you because you got a lot of coins. Well, if you want to make that decision and do that, you can. No judgment, no shame. Have at it. But you need to have your eyes wide open and know what the game is you're playing and what you're dealing with. That's usually not the case when you're in an emotionally vulnerable place and one of these financial predators comes your way. They know what they're dealing with and they know how to manipulate you. You want to make sure that you're evenly yoked. If not, it's going to become very unbalanced and even possibly financially or even physically, God forbid, dangerous, and you're in a vulnerable place and it can go downhill real fast. When you're emotionally vulnerable, you're susceptible to these people that do not have your best interest at heart. Some red flags to look out for: someone who's just what you want them to be. They're love bombing you with everything being just right. It's amazing. You feel like $1,000,000, like almost like you're on a medication or a drug or something. They make you feel so good. They're always there. They're so nice. They're so supportive. They just want to help with everything. They're amazing. They're so funny. Come here. Come here. A little bit closer. Come in a little closer. Snap out of it. When somebody's just what you want them to be, red flag. We're not kids.
That's exactly right. This isn't just for women. It happens to men as well, fuckers.
Anymore. We're not 16. You got to wake up. You've worked your whole life for this stability. Maybe your spouse who's no longer here worked their whole life to provide for you. Some clown can take this just like that. I've seen it happen and I don't want it to happen to you. It's enough. These predators make me sick. I'm not saying you shouldn't date or get into relationships, but you need to have your eyes wide open. You can't approach these things like a 16-year-old anymore. This kind of situation can happen to men and women. I've seen it happen to both, and I don't want it happening to anybody. You need to vet these people hard. And if you've got a friend or family member that's expressing a lot of concern, saying, hey, I think I see some red flags, please listen to them. They have your best interest in heart. They've known you for years. Keep your finances separated. We're older now. There's no need to start putting everything together and creating a big mess. Live your life. Enjoy each other's company. Keep things separated. If you're going to take trips, you know what? They pay for theirs. You pay for yours. Yeah, sure, you can treat for a dinner or something like that. But early on in the relationship, you're all excited. You want to take this trip. You've got the funds to provide. They don't. All right, listen, if you want to pay for them because you just love the company and think the trip would be fine, that's okay. But you need to have your eyes wide open. Know that you're throwing money out there. You're paying for something. Don't expect to get it back. Take it for what it is. Have your eyes open. If you can afford to do this, have at it. Build friendship first. Take it slow and don't go rushing into anything. And if you find yourself thinking that you want to get married again, talk to an attorney. Just get your affairs in order. A friend of mine, a Sicilian older gentleman, used to tell me, don't give people the opportunity to do the wrong thing. Wiser words never said. If you're going to get married and you're older and you've got a lot of assets, even if you have a few assets, have a chat with an attorney to keep yourself protected. What have you got to lose except everything? Listen, being alone is way better than somebody using you and taking you for a ride and destroying your life. Remember what I told you about my friend, 70 years old, paying alimony to another 70-something-year-old that she wasn't even married to for that long? That's a freaking nightmare. You can find love and companionship later in life. And if that's what you want, I'd wish that for you. but keep your eyes wide open and don't bring any craziness and drama onto yourself. Life is very transactional. People in general are looking for something they need and somebody else is there to give it to them, but they want something in return. That's just life. So in these later relationships, put your emotional self to the side, get out your pure thinking self and ask yourself what the transactional pieces are in these relationships. That may sound harsh, but this is a reality that I've experienced. Let me know what you guys have experienced out there. Don't mistake loneliness for love. Don't mistake kindness for trust. Don't give anybody the opportunity to do the wrong thing.
Hello, we've got Mr. Patrick Bateman. How are you? Hello. Hello.
Archie, my friend, how are you?
How are you going?
Good, my friend. What's going on with this video? Why are we listening
Did you like
to
it
someone?
or not?
I don't know, man. I think she's she looks like a celebrity that's from
we've
a
got
certain
that's
island.
You know what? See, these bitches, they're destroying my plan. My plan B is to find an extremely wealthy woman and never have to work again.
Yes, that's a good strategy. I'm just saying, man, I wouldn't listen to someone who looks like they're from the Epstein Island, you know? They're probably on the list. Ellen DeGeneres, anyway.
How are you going? Talk to me. What's happening with you?
I'm good, my friend. I am still looking for full-time work, but I'm doing some stuff with my father for the meantime.
What does your dad do?
I can't really go into detail, but it's quite lucrative. And
What
I'm happy to
industry?
give him a hand.
Say what industry?
Writing. Books.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So tell me this. Once you get into full-time employment, what sort of watch are you going to buy? What luxury watch are you going to buy first?
Well, I've already got a Rolex Explorer, the Mark II 39mm.
Oh fuck!
I would
You've
like
got
to
that's
get
all you need. How many luxury watches?
just that one.
That's all you need. You know, I'm envious of one and done. I am really envious because,
I
you
love
know,
my
for me,
Seikos.
it's a constant battle. Which one do I love more? What do I wear? And yeah, it is a constant battle. So, talk to me. Do you have any luxury fountain pens or pens?
No, of course not. I'm a young gun, you know. I think we've sort of, well, I didn't really grow up in that particular era.
You're a writer. That's why I'm asking this. You're in the writing industry. Don't you use
Yes,
a pen?
but I'm not working in that particular element. No, that's more so my father. I'll be doing the sort of the digital aspect of it. So,
okay. I always like those Penthouse forum letters.
I would not have a clue, my friend.
Okay. Okay.
Have you done predictions? 2025 Rolex predictions.
Whew. You know, Rolex predictions are just so boring.
No, that's fair enough.
They're
I was hoping
so
they would do.
Boring.
I was hoping they'll do a 40mm Explorer 2. I feel like that would be nice, but
oh well, they had that in the past. See,
they did. Yeah, they did. Of course. Of course. Guys, drop a like on the video. What's going on? Where's the super chats?
I don't know. It's just
help out your pontiff. It's a
ask
Sunday
not
night.
what your pontiff can do for you, but what you can do for your pontiff.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
Would you ever get a luxury car, for example?
Absolutely. How's that going, by the way? Have you got it to turn on yet?
I could start it, but it doesn't go into gear at the moment.
So no, so it's still locked from the factory, is it?
Yeah.
Or dealership.
Yeah. Yep.
Man.
Yep. But it's okay. I'll get it going soon. Okay. I managed to open sunroof when I had it working. Oh, yeah.
Is there any way you can bypass that that electrical detour?
No. Someone told me if you wrap the front part in alfoil, you can start it and drive. But you look like a dick with all the alfoil on it.
Well, that's... I mean, you could do that and then you could cover it with another wrap, couldn't you? Imagine that.
So talk to me. What have you been up to? Tell me this. What have you been up to?
I haven't been up to it very much lately. I've just been looking through Seek and trade me locally for jobs.
What sort of jobs are you looking for? IT support?
IT. Anything in IT, really.
Are you a programmer?
I can do programming. I can do data management. We use like SQL Server, things like that.
What do they pay? What sort of money are you looking for?
Oh God, I mean 55, 60, that'll do me. That's New Zealand dollars.
An hour, or that's a year?
Yearly salary, sorry.
Well, that's low. That's shit.
Ooh, super chat. No, I mean it's a start, you know. It's a start.
Here we go. Muhammad Ali, $5, £5. Looking forward to watches and wonders at our meal with the Pontiff at FP Jean. Yes, I very much am. Yes, I am.
What did you think of that menu? I saw that that restaurant menu.
Yeah, it's expensive, but I'm not. You don't order wine, do you?
No, I felt like it was just too posh for me. Too rich for my blood.
I'm a gourmet burger and beer batter fries guy. Okay, keep it simple. Keep it. You know, that's fine.
Macca's is the pre-meal, eh?
Oh, I'm not going there to eat. I'm going there just to see what it's like. I'm go to Macca's. Oh, it's just shit. You know, look. I'm looking forward to it, but the servings didn't look big, did they?
No, they really didn't. No. I think they've got to accommodate, you know, for people of different shapes and sizes, I guess.
Yeah.
Large appetites, so to speak.
Yes.
The prices were ridiculous too, weren't they?
Oh, fuck. Let me go and get a glass of soda water. I want a glass. Just thirsty. I'll be back. Talk to Beamer. Beamer, talk to the audience.
Yes, look, due to financial difficulties, I do not think that Beamer is going to be engaging with the audience. So the Beamer sends its apologies.
Beamer. Yeah, I've had some good fun here. I've had some good fun. I'd really like to go to New Zealand again, actually. New Zealand's amazing.
Yes, any particular area? North, South Island?
I want to go to that fucking train and that ferry and see if I can see that 5 Series. I want to visit that 5 Series.
Queenstown. Oh, lovely. Yep. I remember when you went on the project and they sort of booed you off there. You were complaining about the weather in Auckland, I think.
That just shows you how quiet it is. They put me on. I can't get into just slow news day, you know.
Oh, well, of course, man. I mean, our media is a joke. Our media is a total joke, and it hasn't changed. So, super chat.
Super chat, Muhammad Ali. It will be an experience, not going for the food, but for the company and the entertainment. You betcha. FP Jean, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime meal, you know. Sometimes you just go, you know.
That's right. Hey, what's your thoughts on Lange and Soon?
I love the brand.
Yeah. I really like the Zeit work. I think that's incredible.
Zeitwerk is an amazing watch.
And how would you rate their brand, or like at least the genre of dress watches?
Oh, look,
compared to
I
something
wish
like
Breguet
Patek?
was that popular. Lange has been.
Yeah.
I really wish Breguet was there.
How about Patek?
Well, I think Lange, you know, I love, one of my favorite Langes is the Lange 1.
Oh, yes.
And I like the 1815.
Yes.
I'm not a
Beautiful.
huge fan of the Saxonia. That's their ultra thin. I've never really been a
Yep.
big fan of that.
Right.
I love the Zeit work. I love they've got annual calendars, the Langmatic, you know, Langmatics, perpetual calendars.
Yep.
Amazing. They're beautifully done.
It's
They are really
works of
beautifully
art, eh?
done.
Yeah. I really like the appeal of just the Pateks, the 5196s, you know, like such a slim, such a great profile.
I do think in Breguet you get a lot better bang per buck on the second-hand market.
Yeah. You got a membership there? P Clan.
P Clan member for 28 months. Was plastic a person of interest in your? No, I never suspected plastic. One thing, he can be a cheap ass, but I don't think he's a thief. Okay, so no. I got to tell you something. Lange makes some amazing stuff. You know, I could have gone. There's a number of brands. Like I did Patek before. Patek is a little expensive. That's the negative thing with Patek is they are so expensive. And I thought I wanted to wear a brand that is really unique, has a strong horological history. I could have gone Vacheron, Breguet, AP, too trendy. This kind of pisses me off. But I really do think I could have gone. Lange is a bit too expensive now on the secondary, but I could have gone Vacheron or Breguet or Lange. Those three brands, they all are so beautiful. So beautiful. If I went Lange, 3 Langes I would have as a Lange 1. I would have an 1815, probably the up-down. And if I'm going to be picky, I'd love a datograph.
Oh yes, the datograph is incredible, isn't it?
They're expensive. You know, I didn't really have that money, but you know, I tell you honestly, I'm very happy being a Breguet man.
Pull them up. Pull up the Lange 1 or the 1815.
The 1815 is a great watch. Let me see if I can get it. Just hang on there.
They look incredible, don't they?
Well, I kind of think they are really, you know, people have criticized, are they better than, the fact that they're even in the same sentence as Patek sort of tells you that they are fucking incredible. Lange 1, my favorite, you know, just, this is the older, that's the older, cheaper, that's the least, fuck me dead, they want 55 fucking thousand, fuck me dead.
Wow. I like
40,
that Hodinkee photo.
How much is this one? Look, a Hodinkee photo.
Yes, the one on the left, just next to it.
Hodinkee, where's
just
that
next
one
to
there?
that one. Yeah,
that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
They do great photography.
Oh, he does. Hodinkee does. I particularly like the Lange one's got the moon phases. Look at this. This is a Lange 1 perpetual fucking calendar. Fuck me dead. So, no, that's not right one for me. I would say, I agree with you. That first one we had from Hodinkee, that was, that's a Lange 1 in my opinion.
That's beautiful. That's
I tell you what,
beautiful.
1815, I like the up, down.
1818?
I'll show you that. That's this here. Look at that. That is just fucking sexy as fuck. Look at that.
The dial's not too busy. It's very classy, isn't it?
It's fucking incredible. Beautiful watch. And I think, look, I love the Zeitwerk. The Zeitwerk's very expensive. It's expensive, you know.
Crazy. I can't imagine. I can't imagine how much the service would be too.
Yeah, yeah. The Zeitwerk, what a fucking crazy concept. I also love the Datograph. Okay.
Yep.
So look at this. This is just.
Oh, there you go.
Look, they're just fucking beautiful, 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 beautiful watch. Just beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous watch. Look at that.
That's great. Yeah. I love how much detail they put into those movements. Are those the Values, or what are they?
Oh no, these are all in-house.
No, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, just had a complete brain fart there.
Not Value. That's sort of Cheap Charlie in the premium.
Yeah.
You know, I think realistically, the only other, you know, for this time, I think Breguet is another brand. See, Lange didn't really have a sports watch until they had the Odysseus, which I'm a little bit disappointed with, okay? Bit disappointed. But Lange has some beautiful shit. You know, Lange makes some beautiful watches. What time is it in New Zealand? Can I ask you that?
It's just past midnight. I really should be in bed, but I can't sleep.
You gotta get to bed. Okay, okay.
No, I'm not in the rush. I'm not in the rush. I'm a bit of a night owl anyway, so I can spend some time with you. Or I can fuck off if you want.
No, that's okay. I gotta be honest with you, you know, for me, I'm really, really happy that I got 3 Breguets. I don't know how it happened. It just kind of fell into being, okay?
Absolutely. No, it's awesome.
But
pull them up.
I must tell you, I'm very happy also. I'm extremely happy to I gotta say this. I am extremely happy to not only have the Breguets, right, but to have 3 is incredible, because what the brand represents, I think this is the whole thing. What does the brand represent, okay? And they really represent incredible attention to detail. And let me see if I can find my picture. I'm fucking trying to find. Just give me a moment, sir. I don't know where I put all my. Just hang on. I mean, I just love the collection itself. I'm really in love. I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm happy. There's always wants more. You always want more. Never hedonic treadmill. Whatever you have, you still want more.
I think that's also just the mental illness of this hobby. You know, you just want more, or you watch
one watch. I mean, let's face it. Explorer 2. How could you go wrong with that, man? Seriously.
Explorer. I mean, I've got the Explorer 1. I mean, you've got the Explorer 2. I've got the Explorer 1, the Mark II dial. I actually wanted the Mark 1, but I got the Mark II. So
look, you've got some great watches there. I mean, I'll show you. This is what the Breguet man. I'll show you. When you get a Breguet, you get this really pissed off look. This is the meaning of life. Look at that. Just that pissed off.
Someone you don't fuck with.
Yeah, it's a Breguet man. Serious, to the point. and wearing a Breguet. That's an automatic. That's my ultra thin automatic, believe it or not. Just an amazing watch there.
It's a nice watch, yeah. Just
Hello.
It could be a solid gold dancer. Super chat.
We've got a super chat. CB. $5. Rolex, 1.2 million watches. Breguet, 7,400. Lange, 5,600. F. Bijoux, 900. MB&F, 350. Is Rolex that special? He's talking production numbers. That's a fair point. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you?
Welcome back, my friend. How are you indeed? What's going on?
Oh, I'm just currently driving at the moment.
That's okay, man. No rush. I didn't expect you to say hello today, but hey, man, that's
okay.
very cool. Yeah, no, we've had, I just thought I'd start, I had a bit of time on my hand. I thought, oh, I'll run the show. Run the show. And no, it's exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, I've had a bit of a long day today myself, actually. I might actually retire soon. Have a bit of a nap. Luxy, when are you back? Tomorrow or Tuesday? Hello? Hello,
He's on
Luxy?
shit internet or something.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's frozen. He's frozen.
That's okay. That's a fair point CB raises there. Rolex is 1.2 million. Breguet 7,400. Lange 5,600. F. Bijoux 900. MB&F 350. Is Rolex? No, but see, Rolex is very, it's like a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW. It's still a premium product, you know?
It's the benchmark, you know? It's what everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's what everyone's drawn to.
To be honest with you, like this guy here, nobody wears a tuxedo when they're cleaning the house, do they? You know, that's a bygone era. It's a bygone era. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Is he ever going to be happy? Look at that.
I'll tell you what, Archie. I'll tell you this one for free. You would never see a man like this filling up his car with 91. So
no, not cheap gas. No cheap gas.
Sorry, plastic. I had to throw that out
Yeah,
there.
sorry, plastic. Hey guys, we'll wrap her up. We'll be back with Luxy tomorrow. Let's go through and thank the super chatters, especially CB and Muhammad Ali. We had Solid Gold Dancer, Rich Mitch, Muhammad Ali, P. Clen, and CB. Guys, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. See you later.
Fellas.
Archie, luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York Watch Show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebration chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses light until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses light until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses lie until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragon soars. The romance misses light until his balls are sore.